Okay, so now we're ready to put the edging on. We're ready to put the nose and the eyes on. The edging now is going to be what's known as leaded glass. This is leaded glass. Okay, what you've been seeing with the solder and the tape is known as Tiffany. Tiffany is fine for indoor projects. Okay, this door behind me is Tiffany. The sock monkey window you saw on the other post was Tiffany. You can watch the sock monkey, by the way, being made too on my YouTube channel. But this is this is what they call leaded glass. Okay, and you see that there's a channel in here. And the glass actually fits in this channel, and especially with glass that's going to face the snow or the water, what they'll do is they'll put this in there and then they'll fill the channel while the glass is in it. They'll fill the channel with what's known as black cement. Black cement helps to keep the water from pooling in it and freezing and destroying the window, and that's why you see this kind of glass in people's doors and windows that face the outside. Okay. Now sometimes it's brass, sometimes it's silver, sometimes it's more rounded. This is more of a square type. Oftentimes you see the rounded kind because that's what people really like as far as in between the glass, away from the edge. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. Now I don't have to put any hangers on this because it's not going to hang. After I put this around, I'm going to have to make sure it's nice and smooth because some parts of it are twisted. But I don't have to put any hangers for this to hang because she is going to put this on her desk. This is shadow art. And what I'm doing is I'm putting solder on this tape. And then this tape is going to adhere to the window. And it's called shadow art because on the other side of the window, if you have the right glass, you will see it appear as a shadow. A lot of my work has shadow art. What I want to do is I want to make some nostrils here. Here's a nostril. There's a nostril. That's a good one. All right, got our nostrils. When I get ready to put the copper and the black coloring on this nose, you'll be able to see the nostrils because the nostrils will actually be black. Right now it's hard to see them. They're just dents in the foil. And what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take this and I'm going to have to epoxy it to the cow. I'm going to have to epoxy this to the cow. And that's going to be the nose. Okay, so now I'm at the point where I get to color. I get to color the solder lines. The solder lines are going to be black, but I want the nose to be copper. So I've got to exercise a little control on this solder. Usually I use a toothbrush to color my solder, and I can do that on the back, but on the front I'm going to have to be a little more careful because the copper will be overtaken by the black if it mixes in. So this is the fun part. Okay, so now you see him here. He's got his copper nose, little copper nose. You can see it a little better directly, but you can see his copper nose. The rest of the lines are black. The back is also finished. Okay, so now all that I have left to do is to polish it. Now, a word on polishing. You can use car wax. I like to use the liquid kind, okay, because it's easier to get off. So you want to use the liquid car wax. And you put it everywhere that there's solder. And don't worry about getting it on the glass because the wax polishes the glass really nice too. So you just put it on and you use a toothbrush, you push all the solder, and then you wait 5 minutes. Now it's still going to be wet after 5 minutes, but that's okay. What you'll do is you'll take a rag. I like to use my husband's Hanes t-shirts. They're really soft. So you take a rag and you just pull it, you just buff it. You don't even have to apply any pressure. You just move the rag to and from. Okay, if you have shadow art, now there's not a lot here, so it's not such a big deal, but if you have shadow art, you want to polish in the direction of your lines, because some of that, you don't want that shadow art to get damaged. It's kind of like if you had an oil painting on canvas, you wouldn't take a broom to your oil painting in order to dust it. Well, you wouldn't take rough measures with your shadow art either. So art is art. Art is very beautiful, but it's also delicate, and that's something you got to remember. But anyway, I think she's really going to like this. So I'll be presenting this, if not today, I'll be presenting it to her tomorrow.